I disagree with Atto Forson no. Now truth will kill me because that was to be a minister of finance. Nese ministry be edine yabano establish LC manual. Now kasadia any more ministers na motiwana mu heli say.
To honorable Ken, Obuoni o Ken de Japan Buoni.
Menano Mekanmesia Kabim. He is the only person from the New Patriotic Party who was able to look straight into the eyes of the NPP, the Attorney General, the government, the Kufadomo, and Obia Katom say, sir, dear we are mobile idea. The NPP I totally disagree. It's not the duty and responsibility of Atto Forson to go to Dubai and buy a ambulance. And he wants to see the specification of the ambulance. And then Juma to keep over as the president of the Republic of Ghana. It's extremely difficult for you to even prosecute the NDC people. It has exposes the New Patriotic Party.
NPP are too often.
Oh, yeah, NPP nasa wuti me yen gwasem. Do you know why? And I'm really surprised and shocked. And the Yabane is serious. NPP for a press conference catch say. Omo a lot of tips. HSS Japan. Any omo say Atto Forson kwale NDC delegation. Awa be hu NPP paying for some koko hu at your friends my friends go friend odame. Any akufa do so mo kwa pacha. So mo fa de SBA na enye Ghana for issue na bag kemu ntwaso. This was the communication of the NPP. Then omo do mo press conference. What is some table akokra. And it tells you say Shaibu idea is a defeating statement to the New Patriotic Party. Shaibu, look at this particular person as a breadwinner.
Oh, my minority leader.
Naka yachin dinatu. Say why issue LC keke. Ni yachin dinatu. I don't know mo kwa kofa dia ban. Shaibu nesi asoro ye kofa say chief director. You pass through the ranks and fast to become the chief director. Enti na mo ye meeting no. Every minute bia na corresponding bia no. The chief director was part of the meeting. All of the technical know-how ne beba. Me say asema na na ka no. E de onyanya daji nkan buku nti asema ye ka no didi agro. So Monsaka they no more penny we are. They are going to use and damn them. One, Chairman Sabusu. Open Papa Kone ni Bray. Anna all pushing for this kind of agenda for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It was Chairman Sabusu.
Chief of Staff man me free more party. And so Abubono. And you know, and the free more power Bawumia. And they be more chin in the echo. What the President for about your Asante? He gave Ashanti region 9 or more than 9 cabinet ministers. And why I been say Ashanti your man development there and Ashanti region.
Boy end this in as a wood forget about going to court. Some more call for say ya to a baby no be a massa me say some more NPP and this Nibia will tell me on phone no more High Court, Appeals Court, Supreme Court judges appointed by Akufo from 2017 basically 2024. I rest my case.
I feel my quab about transfer the channel. So channel did the solid TV and then that only a dim punim for myself subscribe first. 7 new fast. You should be the same. About 90% of viewers mon subscribe to the channel. Ebi a wow shame will come and ya boa pa any faso. Tini a cow say oh she no apostle. Now what subscribe no what subscriber and fast forward was on the say. Yeah, the content too ma when Sabeka. Me say me pet team na men so and I feel obi na help bow mu debi. Wa subscribe na shebi. E ye production the free Ghana can studio. Ye we are abel fontain time free the internet. Na how this one kwa download. Baby will be at the content no welcome. Meeting at the Shaibula CC and ye sim kunya. And some I didn't know the Dika and said the NPP in opposition led by their candidates and then the vice presidential candidate. Nana Danko Akufo and someone who preach here say end this for almost a crown for almost nipa born for a some mother. Nanyame boans ya to about at the moment. A crown for what end this among you could make sure you know. And another one, the first one, or the 10 year now, why, second one, 10 year now, why. Anna Brebre Mokonya Urabi, your friend Kelly Atto Forson. And almost say LCB or establish yeah, Edema Health Minister on Mokra ambulance yabano. A fraud causing financial loss to the state. And the region as a Nibia. A seminar court na ba a corner ba if you got your point, Grandpa. A bedadi on tape we said one of the key witness, your friend Richard Japa, a year the Attorney General, a coaching said one can't say be not Dr. Father. I shall say one fa Atto Forson and Fallen Tomb. Say end this for a press conference, then people for a counter press conference. I said, look at your church, Meramu, now, Nana B. Muso, and the Frank Davis, who church, Meramu. Try no palm, a seminal, near Chinaha, now Bako High Court and a Bako Appeals Court. And then Appeals Court at Quasatan by majority decision, or Mark Quetino, as I discharge King said Atto Forson, one it Richard Dapper. And dear some, and I see. A dear na chere say there's Atto Forson when you know when you tell them and now say High Court dear no ɛda so ɛpɛnde na ɛde asɛm na ɛka kyɛ MP ma yɛkɔ going forward ɛde asɛm na ɛka kyɛ NDC ma yɛkɔ going forward no Franco na ɛba bɛka me di sa ɛho nkɔmɔ another thing so ɛde nam sɛ Agyapade the famous Agyapade document ya ebi sɛ ɛyɛ fiction ebi sɛ dabi ɛna hopes in air de nam Captain Smart de nam na deɛ ɔkyerɛkyerɛ asɛm ma ɔte asɛm first on this channel ɛyɛ Franco the hater ɛne da de na tomanko timo yɛte asɛm baabi a mo ka sa mo nipa bi go fa kan de Japan post na ɛwɔ mu kojo pon koma post na ɛwɔ mu asɔfoɔ de hwan mo de ɛna de ɔkye no so aba abontene aba be kasa wo se enye no kreda na ebuza na ne amanyofo edi omon agora ayam kokra na mahemfo ana asem we ne afoforo ka ho ana ne anopei awie anwumbre ye de ebeso mo se akwanso se na da bia meka me se akwanso sem denti ana ye tinte sugu nsuo ne na abo akawa etutu amerika ba befa anya ne denti anya se bia o pentisu na kwakwan bibia timesero sa wote wa tenayi wote ka ma madraba nimbo seatbelt no wo gira so pa bi so mu na Franco the hater analysis ne evidence o de ba no e bitum tu ahwe me twam ha basisia.
Finally, my family is free because of Rome Villa Estate. Yes, this estate is responsible for selling affordable litigation-free lands that have electricity, water, and accessible roads. I am so happy.
I feel makwaba. Franco the hater ba be kam ho. Kai say ye production e de free Ghana can studio. Ye wi a abẹ for ten feed internet ahoden. Ba bi obi a content e ba wa kwam. Franco the hater
me do shabula sisi
akwaba
mejo so
na ho ye
nyame adom Jesus also ho ye
ye use ase
ye da nyame ase
na see what nka
eno me that me na hu so no afre me
okay
mo say me dantem dantem me sorry around be 2:33
okay
no hu so afre me ba me friend no so wantini emfa
okay
by no say maybe you be returning the call
okay
ba bibia e boko shaibu I'm ready
bibia so I set
and 30th of July
hey nyame boa
yes
ye CEO Mr. Daniel Bodom Ninia Kuma Mr. Isaac Bodom wa kan chinegu anase empenise wa fia ne ntoma won tintim na yen hye ene se eda yawada osana bosomeda to so aduonu mienu okay 22nd August and yes 30 bibia almost from anopa 7 AM to 9 AM no barrier service and I think so barrier and memorial service so besa efiri so and so 9 AM to 11 AM near omakwa akuti no masaba betena se e wala shebi funeral home na omode na ye no ahihye so kama eno ye from 12 noon to 6 PM the three and sad frɛ adofo ene Agyamfo se ba bi obi bia wo bia no brabe kan ho na omame edin de Madam Victoria Agyapade3 of France okay ana me ma bebri ne ma no Mr. Daniel Bodom Atto nani ya ntino yes adofo na Agyamfo se Solid TV CEO onua kuma afrigo edu ha mo me kuja picture na author ade ato so no Mr. Isaac Bodom hey be say wo ade dombeko ba we wa content too much at this age there nanka also ba Franco Rich Jakwa ene wa downfall Atto Forson eno masem no
yes
we say finally the battle has ended now me pese ekwu video bi about honor can assembly video number
honestly I'll be frank menim sa asem no court here but I disagree with Atto Forson there no yes now truth will kill me because someone will be a minister of finance nese ministry be edina yaba no establish LC manwa now kasa dia ene mo ministers na moti wona mo heli sayid mo hwe ni
ana we bia bibi wo mo wonim
well but I'm telling you my reading kakra and I'm just say in principle so we can say Atto Forson causing financial loss to the state because he established an LC for a ministry. It is not his responsibility to check, say, it is the responsibility of that particular ministry. I will establish an LC on his behalf to check.
And on to the BSS or
what you say? Media, Mrs. Who you sue and no as causing and causing financial loss to the state. I disagree. Okay. Me state my position. Me so watching but
oh, there be
maybe
I have facts available.
I know the facts. I know. What you say? I disagree because yes, sir, ministers, you are not even empowering anybody to sign anything because they will take a clue from Atto Forson. It is a real phone, sir. No,
unfortunately, no. Atto Forson is in court. He has not been sentenced. So they are okay.
Yeah,
I think so. Obey give the case.
Right. I'm saying court to a young canopy. But me no but my state me position means I can't any echo. I am not against Obi Awa this can no. But the crime be alpha so. Me I've always had a problem with causing financial loss to the state. So I charge you. Honestly.
I do it. A war to honorable Ken. Oh, Buoni, can the Japan Buoni? Oh, honorable contact was say, I send dump him early, mid school. Yes. Common sense should tell you, say your fa, so boom mine. Oh, per se or man, on quas resera. I was said, oh, be a lot of industries, tourism, and now Richard Jaqua Casey, at the case Atto Forson Richard Jaqua Casey. I'm not on your loyal, but or now or man FM. Why when say a NDC near Nukutum was say common sense to tell you say Nipano establish a letter of credit and a demand. Nothing health ministry now also almost due diligence. NPP for super but can was say maybe can or make a say TMU but the and court of appeal by majority decision 2-1 say and confirm you or so many bonibia. When I take a say acquitted and discharge. You acquitted on the side discharge. I was here. From later, and therefore, on our can the crime compare with Japan. Nebuni, ye ton boy, as some more kind, maybe a German MPP for us one day. Got your point here. Now a video, audio, now Bontia, a whole attorney general, a Kuchi. I got a prosecuting witness, the Omoka, me and Fubi by the into Japan. From later.
Shabla Sisi, the kind, me and Chobi, and I say it's an honor and a privilege to be on this particular show. And less than an hour, and I'm one hour sending me link, me catch them say, already did a Castle Atto Forson, on it already did a Richard Jaqua, and by far catch them said they've been acquitted and discharged. So, a castaway acquitted and discharged. Nature said, and some of their two soon and then could a jow, so could feel a cocody. Which is because you have been discharged. When it means I choke, as I was say, an acquittal is a verdict in a criminal trial that the defendant is not guilty of the charges against them. A discharge, on the other hand, refers to a situation where the person is released from a criminal charge without a trial or conviction. An acquittal requires a trial and verdict, while the charge does not. Shall the person what change and say? If you look at a rare fair Atto Forson, and of rare fair Japan, these are people, and they do say Ghana when it comes to corruption. Call my fast one, my boy, mine car. Where I say woefully causing financial loss to the state.
And yes, I quite new boy, I'm saying Mrs. Kunedu.
Ah, you're the about Victor Solomon, and the about Chachikata. Woman, I them. Richard Solomon, I them. We've seen big men in the NDC. And the right affair J.A. Kufuor. J.A. Kufuor never says so about Chubiatu. Go and look at the campaign of J.A. Kufuor. Whereby he was in opposition. The kind of things that he said, it wasn't in relation to corruption to the chairman for Atu. But when he came into office, quite a fast way Chini Patu, he did it. Thank you. I say, Obian ones will share Fanada. There be in Sumino. But when you so for who's a foul, when the bar was not too late for us, so share out over Janef. Thank you. But you want that, thank you. Shaibu. And the idea I see. What I for body about. And the market compare Japan. Men can Kabim. He is the only person from the New Patriotic Party who was able to look straight into the eyes of the NPP, the Attorney General, the government, the Kufadomo, and you'll be a catch and say, sir, dear, we are mobile idea. Me NPP, I totally disagree. He said it.
No, for
he was
I said, what does that mean? A true go came.
Was say, or you come not quite anybody because say, as some I can NPP for when you know so be you. Was Debbie. Mr. McKinkai Mukaka. I've also done my checks. I've done my research. I said, we dear. So, what cast of Abia already tie Atto Forson, there is a problem. So, as an MPP person, me do to the and dear, wait, dear. Me want to say, yeah, M1. This is clearly a complex upon.
I know, say, I need a certain bad precedent, say. Abia, oh, my minister, one stops a letter of credit and for movie.
Thank you.
Oh, besides, I didn't health ministry. Yes, we are not going after the chief director.
It would take Canada. Kennedy was explicit and sincere, straight to the point. That be, I dear we are more the Atto Forson. Oh, ye NPP minister, na said never to now was there. A day will come. This kind of problem bit much about more. If you look at Atto Forson's mindset, he had a good mindset to help Madagana. Yeah. But I'm confronting us from the ambulance ban. And they say no more issue.
Or minus who didn't cut.
Thank you.
At the bar.
Champ one a castle letter of credit idea.
Say a yes, LC. Finance ministry no established and that's the minister established a diamond for them. Yes. Like say, yay, and ye can say ye do imagine. Yes. Yen a year more to some conquer. Yes. Oh, share the media photo said, we came. Yes. The command central market now. Can you tell Mamma Missy now? And yet, I am Mamma British, but and yet I government of Ghana project. A year Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly project. Yes. But another Ghana a court involved. And he came a form to a parliament. Thank you. And a parliament did. Thank you. So mine but came a project central market no. A for the came for the security.
Shabu, to say we say Trump for you actually me. Then it tells me say the New Patriotic Party wanted to do witch hunting. That's what me can see. Me fda buy me to me no nyina awie ye. And before organizing a press conference, and it's organizing a press conference, what tax I may catch now say. So what you go for me and do as I court NPP for Nikki.
Both or press conference to
as you may be aware, since late 2021, the Akufo-Addo government has been persecuting the minority leader in parliament, Honorable Dr. Atto Forson, over the purchase of some ambulances by the Ministry of Health under the elsewhile NDC.
Parliament, and has on several other occasions stated it as a condition precedent for the cooperation of the minority in Parliament. This pressure stems from some warped and baseless logic of the NDC that the Atto Forson's prosecution.
Yes, and then before they come and
Shabu, Daddy, I listened to a saying critically. I listened to lawyer Frank Davis, and you see, NPP forward they be so much in sometimes they try to do as if someone catching him therefore.
The custodian of brains.
May say, go and listen to the Nabi, the evergreen lawyer. The tell my offer Frank Davis to come onto the podium to come and explain matters. The kind of hype I know the Frank Davis. I thought about Palebano. He's going to point the NPP, NDC, bring evidences, and he says, "Adabi, where the Japa and Orion need any Atto Forson. I didn't know why we have to go to jail."
Case Atto Forson.
Yes, Miss Otias answer no more can. And that's Frank Davis. What I'm saying, the reason why remember, I'm saying the reason why the NDC delayed their press conference. They say. NDC for no they wanted to make sure so many doctor tape
doctor tips.
Thank you. And then the moment delay. But NDP also told us about their press conference now around 3. They came around 4:30. Then an NPP for so here.
And you came with empty hand.
Me say,
and before they came with tips.
The NDC came with tips. No one tape, tips. Series of tips. On Omobovia that day, I said Unkacha wasn't a lawyer, but he was able to go into the matter and explain to the journalists over the Snabi, say the Nipaneka. He explained to the ordinary Ghanaian. Shabu, the NPP forces the money buy. As we change your music. Shabu, I have a problem. My problem say, why is they say after Atto Forson issues are else in you know? Nipa no dia jamuka say ambulance ne papa yen kofa ambulance ne mra no. Why is the NPP not going after that person? I don't get it.
That chief director.
I don't get it. Yes, your friend is Sylvester Animana. I don't get it. The chief director, a minister, when it gets to some certain kind of issues, you people with technical people, they come out. They explain matters.
Even with the MMDC.
Yes.
Ministry.
Connecting directors.
You were technocrats. Momo Jumane said, yes, or may I pay you, yes, or like said, my civil service for, will be an engineer, will be a planner, yes, will be a one tax, yes, see a bus here, and for 4 years, yes, Anthony Health Minister, why no chair say, ambulance will spec way and your pet,
Shabu, Missy, Omo Honing now. If you have found so right for Atto Forson, else it's not the duty and responsibility of Atto Forson to go to Dubai and buy for ambulance. He wants to see the specification of the ambulance.
Where even the ministry apart from bitumen, what background of education, out the education ministry or not. Napono education. He from a medical background. Yes. You will be a while. The background are different from ministry. Yes. Because I say you walk. Technocrats, I'm gonna buy one. Yes, I'm gonna hear you, man.
The sound go forward, and I catch more technical expertise.
Yes,
Timmy Mo Chabu, Nipano or no, and the chief director, who are the technical expertise. Before some more issue else in Nano, he was part of every meeting that went on.
Yes.
Sandy Panetti again, I say, Sandy Tia, yes, about editing the video. Me no many new home, and your Austin Juma. Near say a quack camera near Quacotono. Then we summon Austin, Papa, a meeting. Me say, you know, your friend Austin, your boom. Austin, I said, say, you know, now me, my quack pay Elsie Java. Yes, Sadia, I'm going for Elsie the Bio. Me, mom, they say to me, I don't get it. Nipana, Shabu, Nipana, or your chief director, or what a lot of experience and exposure. Or what technical abilities about the issue? Why are you not bringing the person in? Mentiasi.
Oh yeah, letter of credit was saying. What is letter of credit? Was saying a letter of credit is a contractual commitment by the foreign buyer to pay once the exporter shipped the goods and present the required documentation to the exporter bank as a proof, as a trade finance tool. Letter of credit are designed protected both exporter and the importer.
It's simple.
And you know what I say? And an ambulance here there. I have 3 ties. I have 4 ties.
Dabi.
And a letter of and yes go.
Dabi Tishabu. Only technical expertise. As my canon, it falls in the technical expertise level. Me my issue else in every. My quack else in India, but my way.
And I even issue said from the background say, well, you're deputy minister of finance.
Yes. And you see, let's be explicit. Tama or you see else, you know, who is sure you have to get approval from your boss.
Yes.
Sometime, Tom copy more court. Said Takpa say, yes. Only didn't come on. I'm almost a Tapan the man coin said he should issue the LC, no farmer ministry of health for.
And the more be quite a set up and go on or my authorization.
Thank you. What's one or no at the substantive minister or no the man who coin. So already being Atto Forson, and issue else, no more fan call fast cars in the family. Maybe Sassam Shabless. If you're near, why is the Minister of Health also working free? That time,
the
Minister of Health, no. Our J2 Musa say a fast no man. Why is he also working free? Because it falls under his jurisdiction.
Yes.
And you ever say, and Atto Forson will problem. The meaning say, if you look at the Minister of Health, on some man need due diligence. And that's what I make out just say. So someone need due diligence. Why don't you go after them? And witch hunting. I work with her. Obaka NPP for catches or Omoba, Omachi NDC for Bibria to okay. Oma catches NDC for Bibria Bokrono. And Sabu, I want you to read something for me. About the Siasa say, the NPP for any night witch hunting. Kaza. Read it for me. What's it saying?
We need evidence to prosecute corrupt official and another.
Yes.
Oba say President Adanko Akufo-Addo says concrete evidence is needed to prosecute former government appointees said to have engaged in corrupt practice. According to him, it is enough to accuse and prosecute someone on grounds of corruption allegation if there is no evidence as such.
The NPP in opposition told us the NDC for Bokron. Omasama no more kind in opposition. Whether it was true or not, Ghanaians had confidence in them. NDC for Bokron, NDC for their two. The time they were doing campaign, they didn't talk about evidence.
President Akufo-Addo on your lawyer.
Shabless is Mr.
Someone walk and no him say over
1 year. 1 year, no. The NPP in opposition told us say omoba NDC funded because NDC funded Bokro. What I said a lot of evidence or evidences. Now we don't know. And there be an ekase. I didn't want to assume a position you talk anyhow. But who assume position the relative will hate you. Who might take it over as the President of the Republic of Ghana? It's extremely difficult for you to even prosecute the NDC people. Shabu, it has exposes the new patriotic party.
This year NPP are too often.
Was it?
What too often?
And
only are too from a cop by a number one. Nanya too in former a morning every day.
Shabu, Miss Ayan Guasam Naban. We NPP Nasa Wuti Mayan Guasam. Do you know why? Shabu and Kasamba and Ghana first. You look at the merits and demerits of the matter.
And you for buy, no? Nipple, I couldn't pay much bachelor. I was a mammy, master of mine was told on as well, but the mustn't. Or as well, but when I use over. When I use over. Shabu, when I use over. Oh, Shabu. When I use over. But Shabu, Shadi, you say, Jane Ghana, you should be Ghana first. Let's forget our political witch hunting and it's animal. The NPP created a certain kind of impression, say, Atto Forson and a papa, ye Japa, or Moya and Kofua, or Mia Mamboyefo. This was an impression. Now, if you look at issues at a course or one, or Attorney General Rabbi said, Richard Japanakura will name no name come up, they pass it through a certain kind of lawyer, be a judge, and don't call like judge be fee, Honoku, you could do among common and sound man. The NDC came into the picture to come and expose him. Yes, I feel quite almost they should go and look for someone when it comes to technical or treatment, who said there be a doctor tape, a be a call, be a sound man. This was the NPP. Shaibu. And I'm really surprised and shocked. And the Agyapade is serious. Franco, the SC, dear, as some ne can't check Ghana for going for into the election.
Me, what's here NDC for Libya? One, almost say the main motive of Akufo-Addo, and say he wanted to make sure say Papa Ebechina too. Ye chini tuma, then the NDC as a humble boy mokakra.
No more cost be on pardon.
And it's no.
Now also I can say pardon. I guess it be at my first way.
Thank you. Then secondly, Sanke Kotia NDC. That it means that the NDC is a corrupt party, whereby their minority leader, when he was a deputy minister of finance, Atto Forson, I observe you also our Kazatia ban is corrupt. Tisani Pariani Jijo. And Shabu, I did about what who say. Whereby, if you look at that time, NPP 4 catches so, and at the Echo Cosono, or Mokraman, your magic class on person by cancer. And yes, some never want NPP for Intiminka. We have almost a series of tapes. Some both tapes now. And this is forward by one is and a man found court and provided as evidence. May say, NPP for a press conference catcher say, a lot of tapes. HSS Japano, and I must say, Atto Forson NDC delegation. I will be NPP paying for some cocoa who are your friends of my friends of government or damn. And your father most of Mokako Pacho, so I'm for the SCB and the Ghana for issue now back at Castle. This was the communication of the NPP. Then I'll make them a press conference. What is on table? One man, just a single tip. And the chance to say, Shaibu, idea is a defeating statement to the new patriotic party.
Now, Franco, we are America crack. I'm the cabinet 4 months. They're called October. NPP for me to change for the
oh, what you want? Nippona person or channel not near escape good. Nippona person or channel to be fear and panic by NDC mono. That person has been acquitted and discharged.
Because Kings Atto Forson and Naka, or do a man to come to
Shabless
on what my agent was
he was not just discharged. He was acquitted and discharged.
A 1,000 year bonnet.
And then who know? Just say, Tan said, your bonina, your daddy will come if you call only Japamon Conco Pemba Infantina. And look at the NPP, the kind of things they said about these people. Omokan Samo, and a Japa, Japania, your friend is a Atto Forson, and Atto Forson, obey them, and Atto Forson basic, and Atto Forson basic. Go and listen to the NPP at that time. Legal brilliance of the NPP. Or more, as I say, because of party, or master party spectacles, instead of the person to say the truth, Nippon said they be mean canoe.
A lawyer Martin Pebu, a renowned lawyer, was say. A judge in go for damn me say Attorney General
yes
one fan in the human to no
I shall not see me many girlfriend of them and come and resign that can never talk and come and resign obi no be for serious be no tell any if an Attorney General can call someone to coach the person so okwa ko gina daka e di to dia to obi so it's not a simple matter So wasama ye can don't joke with you. See a tea. One a month from good prison. A month for good cells, I would doubt your fault on that. Mr. Nano, so we pay acquire. Now I acquire a bobo we if anything. Double we. What boy? Ah, Richard that you. And if I say, Christian that you. One side in Nipabina as a prison, so Muscamon you. Or me, I figure the credit. Or Coco prison. You can listen to someone's story on Sabu. Now, rap woman in Nipan.
Frankly, Ghana had it. I done a brand to be free. A seven for I got the dimpy. Sean Paul says, I Sean Paul. What's what Chen? One not do change yesterday. Casse, Utian Samna, acquire say. I don't change the answer, no. And I saw that new police for lawyers for in the because you're not man, high court. Your bought from the best question you're true. Shabu Chasma may catch you. Ghana, Menet by a Kobinas. You could do police station, yes, or a sovereignty, yes. I dear police for a poor money, mother. And the fastest of the Canabana would be man. Almost why I catch you. So there's sanity. And to Unimo left or right, she a police in it, quite will be said. Would the Cassa Ucocotra, Cassa would for now, young Cabimo. Yeah, sentence of police into me carry my own. But police will say, or obey you from prison to court, from police to court. Go and listen to Japan Attorney General in common with you. The Attorney General is telling Japase. Kwakase. Japasa Makuma might be catching, I didn't make a point. So, Casamina and Pony. What's it? I see those one penny say, men try them in fact, me finding two. Shall me say? Listen to the Attorney General. Tio, Attorney General is the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice. He is a Minister of Injustice. Also, I'm telling you, he is a Minister of Injustice. He doesn't think about the welfare of Ghanaians. He doesn't think about the welfare of the ordinary person. Can you power law school? What Benjamin to rise up to become Attorney General? Yadi Ketwo. O law school and Kawobano. Can say to me not money of domes are. I deal with some the yes, Shab not a Shab Coco Demois. Mecana me when I'm trying to repent me, mammy home to me. And Fangue, and at this Attorney General, she poor Hannah police for say, yeah, quack seek advice from the Attorney General Department about. None what day, wait. None what they were. And I'm more catcher is a special prosecutor say. When it gets to my minister, my friend say, I've not a pa issue. No, we afforded the mother Attorney General. Said the Attorney General to bring his input, and I laughed over it. The mama said, and say, Mammy, when the Attorney General now 7 to 8 years, can the woman or the man look straight into the eyes of the minister and say, what mean for them? Because for me, I am for me, I am for, and I could follow a clearing agent. You know, it's always clearing people. Or say, I did not Uber free. Now, Attorney General, my advice say, I'm finding buying. And Shabu, what can I say? What's Attorney General? When you Minister of the or your Minister of Injustice, not Justice. I'm telling you, he's a Minister of Injustice. There can't say justice out here. Justice, there should be a free and fair manner. You should be truthful. You should be honest. I deal with the McKincaid and Carter amongst the Derby. Shabla CC Nifo, Derby, me NPP, me cast as me dear M1. So I told you if you are seen coaching people, Atto Forson is a breadwinner of his family. Atto Forson is a breadwinner of his constituency. Atto Forson who could make my tell you, Macopayon. And Macumba Pano Education Director for Baby Gazed. A whole and no minus a language, sir. A phone course school, we never phone course school. Martina Dumaco 2 years. Meaning Bessias, he's a big man. Shall look at this particular person as a breadwinner. Oh, my minority leader. Naka, Yachin Dinatum. So I issue Elsie Kakio. Niachin Dinatum, Nanke ne, about a cannon. Wait, ye cast a papa van who ye Viano, ye Kumno. Do you know the kind of people who have gone through pains because of you will be a leader? When because they are giving them by our power, I'm taking this kind of decision at the expense of the ordinary Ghanaian. Shall we NPP minister, the Unyamiasi? Are they? Ideally, Quebec met you be a NPP minister now by what some break 8 now and get up to force the coach or my young Samba. Now, no. Yeah, also was under Yamiasi. My main cousin also as on Yamiasi. Are they? Yeah, Atto Forson. Atto Forson, Tamano, deputy finance minister. It ended in 2016. Maybe 20 was saying 20 and there's a 2017. Thank you. On the 6th of January. Yeah.
and it was 2024.
Yeah.
Almost 7 to 8 years. They are trying the man.
Yeah.
A bit mabas will be an NPP MP and the Kufuado. The person can also issue a letter of credit to a certain kind of ministry. And once and beba. You better say the also your children what to.
Said that two packets here will be issue letter, okay, the one revoke here.
The American say, we are NPP MP and now Minister de Unyami Asisabu. And yes, I'm carrying community dinners, so can say, we issue letter of credit as some bar. Why issue letter of credit and Kebetu Watuma? You don't have any idea about the number of MPs and ministers and the Kufuado on Kwame.
Before my issue letter of credit.
Yes, Shabu. It is not their duty and responsibility to say my issue letter of credit. And the change should follow the ministry to the end. But you should go and look at the specification. And then the duty, no. The duty lies with the minister in the sector. The duty lies with the chief director. Some conform what technical know-how. That is a duty and responsibility.
But Franco, as a debiano, I perceive fighting corruption. Yeah, the nearest ministers and so. Me was the technocrats, only deep on
me say, if the NPP is not going after the chief director, that's what make actually. The chief director is one person who have a lot of exposure experience. I don't know more Fadia. Shall we see a story of say chief director? You pass through the ranks and files to become the chief director. Meeting, every minute Biana and corresponding Biano, the chief director was part of the meeting. One of the technical know-how, technical input, ameba. Shall we see? Another two. Yeah, me be this on minister for agri. Yeah. Brian Champo, me check is a doctor. You know, cyber security. Cyber security. Yeah. So when it comes, it may be the technical aspect of forestry, technical aspect of agriculture area with and it was uncle for good them technical so be more better 30 years commission for me say chief director so be more better 30 years 40 years. Me, I want to tell you one thing. Everybody be communist be ho or PSA yana shabu chief director didn't go for the letters be brothers oh honorable just was sign contract when he was hey mon fam cause some fan film so nko am dey say ma jimi o time bia me team office bia na pressure ni me so no mon fa de ne mama me nkenkan mon hu say me committee no what the abasa me nkenkan say me cause that's a problem bi wo ma mo to ho me dey ba be cheme. You have you seen the mindset of the minister
when him Saturday my member doctor my topoku pempa okay come on or education minister okay what say technical almost you know oh ha be 5 no no the character be about what's the way they say certificate of agency minister can yes and was normal minister mistake he said or can first 2 pages yes no can like be 3 pages was him one no me say minister catch up say massa take it away Sam enti say we NPP MP na nya we minister da onyame ase enya sa o kire bit ma ba sa wutifie aban na gu e bia tifie be 4 to 5 years then a certain minister comes on board e he's going through contracts no bit markers Shagula CC issued an LC Edema Ore FN Austin so on camera and family Austin come no koto the buy it doesn't meet the specification Sadia wo Shagula CC na issue sa letter no yen konkwacho family unbiesi a man for surade papa people doesn't want to involve themselves in the uplifting and development of Ghana because obi o ye dia bia ne suro say me issue ade ne de mam na so che bibisi me mom ne ba be che me de me akọ. Why is it say nipa no me technocrats no they are now going after them across the Franco wa court na bia surety
yes
men can the main suspect onyane you main suspect ni Jania and a surety ni call pen suspect
yes
but suspect no ya jai NHA surety
men tell some na say
me ko to the Franco na be di magina
yes
say ma metua Franco so ba betua menwane ne tata Franco
asabe se menti bi da why is the chief director
what you know patch say man nipa ko di nipa gina mu do jai nipa no be born bosia no ana gina mu ni do be gina mu ni
so when you chantina why are you not going after the chief director? So I'm asking a very simple question.
I ambulance anya bullion van anya bullion van ko ka dey come to the finance ministry anya ambulance I health minister say
why are you not going after the health minister on any department on any sector or no any baby why are you not going after him but you're going after someone or only any expertise over there? I don't get it.
The only solution to our problems is to create employment for the youth of this country, and that is what I stand for. Check my track records. My track records clearly indicates that Agyapade is for the youth. Agyapade is for employment. And anybody who does not work in life has no life. So job job. And that is Kenya.
Rome Villa S7 can show say, or one Sasia, a good and can Uyibi. Now, and Sasson, and Sassi beer at that very strategic point. And ya Sasia overturn, Naman to be at the Ebe Basso. Ya ton Sase, ama a lot of people, Canadian bloggers, American bloggers, Italian bloggers, Ghanaian bloggers, Kwampusa to be. Franco the hater, I will be over, Mesomu will be over. Now, Yentwa Sase, and free Rome Villa Estate in your mansion. So, Twas so better to visit Manso Bawa, Tom never to be a Rome Villa Estate for the Ensasano, a litigation free land. And I need you 77 and Sasia Tunton and Cranino, Rome Villa Estate Sasa the Musonco, yet the Aquine ensue and in Cania Abaso, and a drains Nina at the amount. Assassin order to two baby a yanum for dead dear down, or more torn a walk a second over to Rome Villa Estate, ye don't tear the child. Rome Villa Estate said. A quanya a few ram at the tenants a fasten. Na ninja to a person will be bia a landlord. Also, I'm a landlord, and a my own momo. Franco. So one pet, but be persisting be a mamma that you know, meno my brew. And a more even fast had way and quote to you. 0592 223386 0592 223386. Me say 0592 223386. And ma yere India was a one top product war. Corum Villa Estate war. You have flexible terms of payment. Which we are now the aswabo for. But I'll make it the first deposit now. Was side plan on denture the amount. Me so litigation freelance there and your room Villa Estate.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, yes, Akwai sama mai. Yeah. Elu. Yeah. Akwabi. Elu ni abese odito do bara ye na lo musi. Yeah. Akwa na tumu. Yeah. Amata de ti nas. Yeah. Ansi apuse ye di na kwa ya. Yeah. Akobisam. Yeah. Anwaka NSSM na ne na sebedu. Yeah. Ofobranija. Yeah. Ofobranija. Yeah. This may have and this must be yes, we are our poor. Yeah, never before the apple, yeah, yeah. Sammy the Papo, yeah, Shabu, and me teaching first of all, oil Hinikasi. Nothing be all can be and make I have to choose my words carefully. He's not a politician. The way I address politicians, he is a separate entity from them.
Me feel the be at the inter also by my career because of full penny dinner. Of full penny dinner. I won't tell my also there. Second way, the political I can't find one.
And I may partner say, Wabam, yeah, once what they need the other. But first of all, what's here now? Names more can say a rubbish. Yeah, was say rubbish. Or party say, if you look at the Agyapade document now, a rubbish. You say rubbish, garbage, refuse, scrap. Trash. And to put in another person say, if you look at this Agyapade document, it's a dream, it's a fraction, and yet idea so people should try to throw it away.
But some pennies say, I send me near dance, you try some for every dance you. You call your punk chroma, dear. Oh, Agyapade document and Safama for Basson. Meno, did you get Meno? I wanted to give Nana the benefit of the doubt. Say, because if you look at normal goodness, so open you to fulfill him for Cassia or Ghana, he is part of them. Yeah. He's may open him about quite respect him so much. Or come. Yeah. Also, until one same baby. The woman I bet you about could be about the family son of my woman. Hey, or the years of a country. Other says, I Gunja, Yabonga. Matis was in my issue. While Pamana Masma delegation, Maswa Pamsu, what you said, we have a basso. So if you look at Okyehene, not some no kind from a distance, I wanted to understand what you wanted to say. But so far as our car say, a affection, a dream, a imagination, a garbage, a trash, a scrap, the meanings of reading.
Just what me can do. Yet, ye, meant me can't some farm for Shaibu. Men like I say a reporter speech. But so far as I go deep and says, as some walk up for Shaibu, I scrap a rubbish. Then meaning say, I know you inside out. Yeah. Means as some I can. If the woman some city. One, Nana say, almost say a for Nana got it wrong. He got it wrong. And now for Yan Yekan. Yes, a section of the Achim people.
Achim mafias.
See when Nanantias and me. We are not saying it's a Achim phone in now. A section of the Achim people. And you can be the paramount chief. You can be the king of Achim. And you this kind of book, you have no idea.
And now you are Achim for become for the Mamuno, Maninjo. Because my cousin and now for Kwamufi. Oh, what issues with how
Nana, there's all the work quickly. Nana, there's work quickly. The former minister for Works and Housing, Atachian. Yeah. Go and ask why Atachian was removed as the minister for Works and Housing in the second term of Akufo-Addo. Go and ask yourself. It tells you, say, and no one person he wasn't happy with it. Now, what said an American and Apache say, oh no, he has gone through this kind of document.
One said Atachian, he was a potential Okyehene.
Sir,
he was a potential Okyehene. Now, okay, was on an Indian.
He was uncle for we make out idea with Menin.
Compare him.
Shall Abiana. And you see, Shall Baby because this kind of a Agyapade document. If you're not a technical person, if you don't understand the nitty-gritty about politics, you are not one person who can go back into archives, read what has happened years back, try to collate into this. I question the Bible amount and now Quran amount. Now Ebia unye shake and Ebia unye pastor now unte Bible and say over kind of about 3,000 years won't tell you and say.
But Nana, so if he was able to go through the Agyapade document, and we said another thing, it was Otima who brings you.
What I mean, and I may patch say, a big member said Bianana, Ebia himself not way. But when it comes to politics, deep one, in that one, Ebia no his idea.
And I be kind of one.
Good. Secondly, Ebia kind, because of the technical things the woman won't tell us. Chabu, me say. Sabukui, which made the money Pamako 100. Maybe only 1% of the 100 can go into this book.
I say a month will be a mouse hopes.
A surface.
I Captain Samantha Moy.
A surface.
But so bit man a bit my call Litina Manababe Sisu.
A surface.
Frank with a hit and
a surface. Unless you follow the political arena for a long time, I didn't know more can. You have to go be a bit 2000 assembly, a bit 1990s assembly, and suddenly you break it on board and you see it. Shabla Sisi, if you look at this, Nana, I'm going to present about 5 or 6 cases to him. Or no one can knocking home there. And say whether it is fictitious, whether it is illegal, whether it is fiction, whether it is an imagination or it's a reality. Whether concocted.
Until I'm sure you are not a President Huvado. I didn't say, Messenia no credit. And I said, okay, yes. But send some season, Akufado, or moments will be.
Messing. Obia Otie Bia
will be the Bonia
Shabu. Obia Otie Bia, you're close to Okyehene. Me, I'm not close to him. But the person should give us this opportunity, this privilege. Offer video in Seneno. Nana Nankasam Tinas Dion. The kind of revelations that you are going to bring on board, whether coincidence or not, it is happening in Ghana. Shabu. One, what did the Americans almost say? If you look at Akufo-Addo, he's the rebirth of JB Dankwa.
Omanka the rebirth of
Secondly, Omanka said the rebirth of Edward Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo did Papa Dino. But Akufo-Addo opened offer. Thank you. JB Dankwa do penas and change bibia. Next time, one, pay 2. Bakwabo. I'm say, although the Ashanti group within the current NPP is gearing itself to take over the party after Senate tenure in 2024, it will be ideal if we could work to bypass them with hard work. We could work to bypass them over to a non-account person, preferably from the north, under whose presidency we could secure the maturity of our takeover project. Shabu, going for this kind of internal elections. If you look at elections here, of course, we are now Santifano who wanted to be the flag bearer of the NPP Abuame. One, Kofi Kunadu Pre, Kwabeji Japan, Kwadon Safwa, why be also Fiyakutu. And why?
No, my 7.
Yes.
Yeah, almost 7.
Yes. Shabu, this is the only election. Internal elections. Internal elections. You get call and you get big men from the Jubilee House doing campaign for Dr. Mubaba.
And what you kind of say, a woman said, as a Nippon Asante, pese almost abe fa NPP.
Thank you.
Aba Akufo-Addo term na de.
Yes.
Aba na wie 2025.
Yes.
Na ye betimi a.
Yes.
Ye de betimi bia. Masa tumi na omope no. Enfiri omonsa. Na fa komo obi a ofiri sirim. Na sa abre no. Ana yeso en share ahye no. Ye betimi adi so mfaso. Na sa be take over the party.
Thank you. One Hana Omaka Nordina.
Yeah.
Meba be kanya de bi e banking sector. E ba be si so ma ye bodin wo ho. That Nord na omo pen no. Ye bodin wo. Okay. So now if you look at this document, they are very smart, very strategic. Almost say it will get to the point. The Ashantis and the Akans will try to take the party. But to play East, they are going for people who are Asante for. They are going to play with them.
Yeah. As
if they are part of this kind of agenda. So Monsaka they no more penny we are. They are going to use and damn them. One, James Abuzu. Open it up and ni breye. Ana all pushing for this kind of agenda for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It was James Abuzu. No matter
Juma ne James Abuzu
yes.
Chief of Staff ma me free more party. And
so James Abubono.
And you know, and the free more power Bawumia.
There's a problem.
He said, oh, small boy, about that damn. I'm a man, paying with the Manimunyam, but you may be other running mate at that. So that James Abuzu. So they have been used. And then James Abuzu. If you go to Bekwai, second deputy speaker of parliament, Joe Wise. And then young country. Joe Wise is a good of in the Japan. But can the presidency pattern. Thank you. Because you are promising with the vice president. And we are in a view on the Asante 40. Cross and Wasante, same we here. Or we are in a view. Look at Miss Uncle for me very high. I don't know where I shall. Who need deep, you never get them. Now, who is spearheaded? Who is moving with Bawumia to every location? Come on, Asante. One. Kofi say or can wear parts. Now I'm the presidency in Nigeria and I'm a chain baby what here.
In the shadow. If you look at about 6 Ashantis who wanted to be the flag bearer, this kind of people work extremely hard in making sure say no Ashanti or Akan person will become the flag bearer of the NPP. The project will be obscure to a person who is coming from the northern part.
I'm a chawadi. Be watching him here. What the President about the Asante?
Yes.
He gave Asante region 9 or more than 9 cabinet ministers. And the way I can say Asante region, my development there, and Asante region.
The problem never
blaming cabinet ministers.
Yes.
But President so me tiasie. Oh, just say one instruct say any kind way. You for development kwa. And to make my cabinet minister 9 not open there. But mamon koye way what the Amakwata Atto Rose Ministry, or the Canofora Atto Finance Ministry, hey, release come. But yet, ye be blame say, and I put the they were near Santa Man bro, or my 9 cabinet ministers. But on a day, I said, what one day, Ukraine,
they're very simple. Member cabinet positions, but they are very, very sensitive. Yeah, but you know, progress this kind of one. Remember, call for the best, and it will be very difficult for you to go to.
They will tell you something from.
I remember, and remember, say, ne. Finance ministry, any road minister. There's nothing you can do. Shabu, Franco, or change it. Okay. Shabu, permit me to go into the banking sector for you. Okay. What say? The mother and the Bank of Ghana. Okay. Control of the mother is essential to the control the industry. So far, the head of the mother and his first deputy are strongly aligned to our cause. You can't.
What say? Bank sika crab and a Bank of Ghana.
Yes.
That is sika crab about time.
Yes.
See to me this one. Like see di sika crab ya eso. And I say first deputy no.
Yes.
And
yes. Second deputy no. Yes. But if also the governor and the first deputy are in bed with them.
Or we can say Penimpa that is Bank of Ghana,
yes.
Governor there, yes. Or paying the bar point. The deputy no so, yes, but second deputy there,
almost all your bar. Now if you go to Bank of Ghana, governors no, Nipo di kan Dr. N.S. Addison or Bema.
Yeah,
thank you. Dr. Maso Opoku Afari or Bema. Third one, Dr. Elsie Adwo Awozi or your bar.
Into what Maka said, second deputy or your bar, Ababe Sisu.
Almost say. On a discomfort more, one part on your problem more. When it gets to promotion, Now say Edu one as Addison, the time crash. Now I could find a man contractor. Because of what GDA with Mr. Maswell Opokua Farimuntino, they will promote him to be the governor. But Obano, because the woman is not in bed with them, I'm going to be sign home. I'm not maintaining the position.
As second deputy.
I said yes.
Second deputy. But first deputy, you have to be for a bit.
Shall was say now replacement of the first deputy in such circumstances will not be promoted by promotion. The second deputy in the role to the first. Rather, a strong Bamian loyalist.
Was say, say be a governor, no?
Yes.
Echo.
Yes.
Now you be a second deputy, no?
Yes.
Echo a governor.
Yes.
What say you for be a strong Bamian loyalist?
Yes.
Near the best a second deputy, no?
Yes.
Then the question first deputy.
Thank you.
I brought ban to.
Thank you. Shabu, was say this is in line with protecting the legacy of Nana. Could enable us to step aside and further alienate the Kufuor fashion. You can't say alienate.
Or say
isolation.
Or say we say a quiet bit my first one. You bet me a diabo a Kufuor na namuntu and anessa what chato. Yes, I do it. Near a maya quenya ye timid Kufuor Crawford. Ya paco masinche brow because Obana and Kufuor line.
Thank you. Almost say to alienate the Kufuor fashion. Kufuor fashion in banking. A GN bank and a sovereign bank.
Yeah. And a bank, on free say, or Kufuor, time on Munya, another Mupian, GN bank, we are GN bank, a power to do that. But Kufuor, the man, Juma, remember, yeah, what Kufuor as minister, and on start yet, and a sovereign bank. And to my minute interest, it was also protected Kufuor fashion there. The mamma yam Pamunu, by Bessie, I grown old by your own.
Thank you. This is the Kufuor fashion. Once a man change GN bank, but who read the technical? They are talking about GN bank and sovereign bank. Now, Shabu, what's up biological children? These are banks in which we should have controlling interest. The collapse of the local banks with ties to the opposition NDC and other rival factions during the cleanup operations undertaken by the mother was a resounding success.
Or say, Nana don't go for the buy, you know. Where Nadwin say, you go banks in because of so musical and so. But your banks be a form of mother banks and as a biological children. Or yes, a prudential bank and the data bank of the prudential bank or no shut and count but the data bank or a Kufuor do more banks and your banks if you are or many can be away there because the step chart and say a madam a Binit NDC for bank more heritage bank and other banks.
The heritage bank, the Unibank bank. Because the heritage bank yes. I do for
you do for a Unibank and I'm Unicredit.
Unibank, Unicredit. And I said we are going to money heritage and a heritage. Now what's your one? Almost say the reason why the heritage bank was closed, they say a lot of NDC almost a Casemia on ever.
Said this year, but foreign transaction be a data bank.
Thank you.
You're quite Bushan went through your data bank.
Thank you. Shabu, almost say, says Cano, your friend the war fund. Now back here. When your friends, the Bank of Ghana, was doing the cleanup exercise, they needed only 4 billion Ghana cedis to revamp this kind of banks.
Yeah.
Banks are what distress, no more insolvency, more problems. No. Nankas Kebet Misandia Mom said Ghana 4 banks, was only 4 billion. Do you know, say, yeah, cleanup exercise? No, you will cut 25 billion Ghana cedis. 25 billion Ghana cedis. And Shabu, it is almost say the NDC has been poor in Okyehene and consistently demanding detailed accountability and audit of the funds spent.
Or say,
yes,
Osha Bank here go buy now. NDC 4% ka ombra bonten nanka menka so mo bu akonta
yes
emfa sika omo di wura mu ediku ban because franco me ati say ko ka so omo survive sa banks na 4.something billion
4 billion Ghana cedis
4 billion Ghana cedis and na si eguru nkwa dia 27 billion Ghana cedis and as a hwia so NDC 4 say mo fa ncheche mu pamra mo fa kata se mo mra
and what change Agyapade omo say NDC 4 because say no one tiadi na see you o man demand change ma Ghana for tiadi surprising in this Agyapade document on be so much say scanner ye cleanup exercise no ideally a new 25 billion just
your war fund ya bofutu
and this kind of
thank you mafia for footwork say the bobra
tebe ma ba say the 12 billion in a cleanup exercise the 13 billion and the war fund in it is ready for battle sabu chasem it is ready for battle now sabu almost say the process led to the establishment of consolidated, currently owned government of Ghana Bank and our producer, a cap producer, a authority, are well placed to the total controlling interest when the bank is eventually returned to the private ownership.
Or say, banks on Bomugun, Unicredit, Unibank, and one consolidated bank. Yaya Chimfon, ye was stakes be a woman, and it said that Chem come across a mouth for back, no cassette. What the banks and crackers send those to me, Obama, maybe a shareholders, and hey, that's a year. The first will be that's about thank you.
Shabu,
Franco.
Now, if you look at sovereign bank condition, no woman, it was better than Prudential Bank.
Yeah.
That's what I make a you. It was better than Prudential Bank, it was better than the Data Bank.
Yeah.
Go and check the owner of Prudential Bank, Nipali Achimni. Go and check the owner of Data Bank, Nipali Achimni. That's what I make a you. Shabu. Say, cause a Ghana Amalgamated Trust, a fund, indigenous Ghanaians, our big banks, out there going into problems. I say to me, boom, shall we have it? GN Bank, see, I dream that whole passy a per se of Ghana for every cottage, every village, every metropolis, every city, or GN Bank.
Yeah,
GN Bank can boast over thousands of workers. See, near break passes a space of Banga or what insolvency. Nipa the Nipa dos, any the Nipa nos, my parent can say,
I need the Nipa dos, you are Ghana for me.
Thank you. But look at this.
And I had Yama, all quite soon, my contract is coming here.
Me, Swam, Nabotre. Shabu, was say the Amalgamated Trust received 800 million from the government to ensure that ADB, Agyapade3, Prudential Bank in 2015, what baby, NPP for Papa.
Yeah,
then a catcher. Some of Kochi Busia B, and if Prudential Bank, they were not able to pay. Prudential Bank wrote to them, telling them, say, the Bank of Ghana has written to them, so more they are coming to do audit.
Yeah.
And the audit no person mobile or more catch the NPP for some more moka. More first canamra, no more to account, say the Bayer Bank of Ghana for make us on bank and what they or more day. A ban is a Cognite upon a focus on Miss Sir John, and then also the other Sir John say, Cognite upon a focus because when it comes to administration,
for a going concern.
Thank you, my brother. Going concern. So come and take over. Shabu, do you know, say, we are there? Nipo as one of the says, can they buy?
Can for that?
Thank you.
Because now I said, John, are you correct? The former say, I could for the Mokoji, I could for the Kutia. And I can for that, and you piano. Thank you.
When I did in Kwaji, Prudential Bank, I papa. Way back.
And also, chimney.
Prudential Bank, Niku. Or the Minister of Finance.
Yeah.
When it comes to from Bank of Ghana, they are directly under the Ministry of Finance.
Yeah.
They take orders from the Ministry of Finance. Yeah. The Ministry of Finance is set by Ken Ufuriata. Or Kwaji Busari Free Prudential Bank to play EC. Let's help them. And upon all the banks where Okoyi Prudential Bank and all districts buy. Now, Shaibu, Adia Baku Asi, Ebiana on tape. But wait, a senior another. Was say, Ecobank. We have two rules of entry into the institution.
Was say,
yes,
bank is Swift Ecobank. Yes, and yet Ghanaian individual bank. Okay, a foreign bank. Okay, but you are quite you know, you say we are Ecobank for the room. Okay, now Shai was say, which has a seat on the board of the Ecobank Ghana by the virtue of its shareholding. The seat is occupied by the Director General of Senate. In phase 2 of our agenda, Kofi Bosompem Osafomafu, who is a Deputy Director of Senate, should be made the Director General to give him the seat on the Ecobank Ghana board. Secondly, was say a quite what you're back say Ecobank board members but the virtue say oh yes Senate boss yes into we are part of Ecobank board yes and to Osafo bar from the baby friend Kwajo Bosompem was yes Kofi Bosompem Osafo Mafo I was see a piana now I could do Senate boss on said the bay no be quite part of Ecobank board members that man I penetrate a quite back on the chair and you know we are moving him from the Deputy Director General of Senate to become the main boss of Senate. Now, Kofi Bosompem or Safamafon. Yes. Now your penny bed ye chile. Yes. Emma Senate. Yes. But I say I was up at the Kufado and now say Percy Boreco Banco. Yes. O Pejano or by a penny pa at the Senate. And a gun and Libya would say Biano. But Goggles is here. But the Director General of Senate. That should be happy. And I didn't be happy. Kofi Bosompem Osafo Mafu. Okay. Kofi
Bosompem Osafo Mafu.
He's on the Director General of Senate.
Ashabu. He came into office in April.
And she did not go.
Me say, and I maybe Sassan and I say, what they are some of the Yano Kure. But some na ACC no, ye chubby the dear dance. Nana Nanka funny phone. She won't funny phone. Na omo Kofi Bosompem Osafo Mafu. Kofi Shabu. The person what bo na fa check camera. Go. Na what Director Bosompem
Kofi Bosompem
Osafo Mafu.
Edi
never pan Osafo Mafu.
Bosompem. Edi uba de kame.
Santuana.
Santu.
What is it?
Okay.
What is it?
Ose.
Yes.
Profile of new Senate Director. Hey, General Kofi Bosompem. Hey, I can't picture something that you.
Me say, asema na nane ka no. E de onyanya daje nkan book nti asema ye ka no didi agro. Say read it for them. Say
what's say?
Yes.
President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo on April 9th appointed Kofi Bosompem Osafo Mafu, the son of Yao Osafo Mafu, senior presidential advisor to the role of Director General of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust Senate after serving in deputy role for 7 years. Hey, they get President Akufo-Addo buy another Akufo-Addo be shell as deputy because on person who play piano na dey man be Director General.
And you asma American. What jadi anasa unyini?
Share my jadi.
And you nana say on tea. Way empirical evidence.
Be an ante and I will go through.
What's it?
Be an I will go through.
Papa way by a Director General of Senate. And I'm
more tongue. I Ghana hotel them Rock City.
Asama American, go and do your checks. The main motive and the main reason why they brought this man, and he say he should do a lot of biddings for that team mafias. Director General now. And you know the funny aspect? The former Director General of Senate, or US of A, or could do holidays, Abba, or why and then a call from the Jubilee House went straight to him. Yes, sir, yeah, one hour, to obey Bitina, the new Director General. I'm telling you, go and do your checks. And there's someone and I can say, I have a problem with someone and I can. Now, Sabu, Nana, you could pay 20 man and empirical evidence about documents. I must say, reserving electronic communication frequencies for true party faithfuls.
I'll say,
yes.
I'm kind of say a number here. You did Juma. I want from the mom. I found FMC frequency.
Yes.
You perceive Jabi.
Yes.
Edema MPP. I'm not going to for.
I'll say, it is important to know that while supporting the pro-NPP media will attract their loyalty and support towards us, getting out and out party members to establish radio and TV stations will be a sure bet. Esla has been instructed by Nana through Gabi to execute plan A of this plan.
I say,
yes.
A woman say MPP a man you go now FM station be a almost pay MPP as him it be a Kesvin and your Kensington media. But you were ya party for none this I don't know and show me son start to go more about Papa and the President Addo Akufo-Addo and the see Austin so and I listen Osla say what that Osla say what unlocated frequencies and farmer and Kofi free so me MP before I know much MPP.
Well, say, even if the original owners are willing to pay multiple of times, she is to refuse their renewal. And since dominance over money is our focal point.
Well, say,
yes.
Or more, yes, sees the frequencies, no. Say, or more your margins or come to triple of scare Jomana. Me and fat frequency in the moment. She
is also supposed to reserve majority of the new frequencies to party members who are loyal to the Nana brand.
I say,
yes.
I was saying, the frequencies are free.
Yes.
I was saying, Osla, or baby do. Now, all the party for any party in Nibio. Obia. What the Akufo-Addo cast da. Now, better. So, I better be said, wound to me.
Yes.
Alan could pay at that year, mano.
Yes.
Canada Japan could pay a year, mano.
Thank you.
We MPP, you go pay a man, but Obia, a lawyer. Or Akufo-Addo cast one now, and Akufo-Addo mobile so about Crampa.
Due to the backlash in the revocation of the radio and TV licenses, she must, this time round, identify party members who are already in the media businesses or those that the public sees as already rich.
Or say,
yes.
Now, say MPP buy, no?
Yes.
Or what try say, or more J a month for frequency, and my month for our bond, tell because MPP are back. No one would did it. And the can't say, so my frequency na on fama omo ye NPP fo a omo system da omo ye me se be manfo ani de ema ho
ti hayi Gabi and Chairman Wontumi are the part of Plan A, which continues till 2024. When Nana completes his 2 terms, it is important to know that KON will, among other strategies, as the next communication minister, allocate frequencies which are close and can interfere with pro-NDC brands such as Class Media, Power, and the EIB platforms across the country.
What's it?
Yes.
It's a nipa also your mom frequency nipa no.
Yes.
I chama Wontumi. Yes. Ene Agyapade3. Na kojo pon kroma. Na eke omo pese komede ko Ministry of Communication. Yes. Na frequency na obey issue no. One locate frequency bit ma ba interfere with. Yes. The pro NDC frequency that Power and SYZ. When you say chama Wontumi, I transmitter bia. It is not supposed to be in Ghana. Okay. A customer transmitter. So who tell Wontumi FM from Accra, yeah, Drew, Ashanti again. That was to my now search it. And I interfere with SFM frequency and LFM frequency. Thank you. I say we experimented same with Asase 99.5, which is close to Joy 99.7. This is a subtitle way to fight the NDC media who may have met all the regulatory requirements. What say? Multimedia, I Joy FM frequency 99.7. Omo de ade bi oso mutua bo mutua odim ka da ko revoke sa frequency but the end say yen ko fa Asase FM so de ne 99.5 na da bia no omo no enframa mu omo no Joy for ne de ebe pima Joy for be kama kukusi aga shabu ankureta boame Asase radio why dia God watch da ko dia na kan ade we I want you to look at the shareholders makai. Asase Radio is a private-owned radio station in Accra, yes, the capital of Ghana, broadcasting on 99.5 megahertz from Cantonment. Okay. It began official transmission on 14th June 2020. Among the shareholders and board members of the company are Okyehene, chairman, senior partner, African Legal Association. I don't quite too. Okay, and another. Seven now, another. Okay, and I'm okay. Mahu Advertiser Association. Okay. Me. Now a person who the owner of Asase, they deliberately gave him 99.5. I'm shut out. Reason being that they want him to interfere with Joy. They see Joy as an independent radio station. So to play it safe. For us to have issues with them now, man, for country deliberately 99.5, 99.7. Crowd out IFN is a Okyehene one day. What? One day, Asase Radio, Gabidia. One day, say, frequency 99.5. One day, was it in this plan? Or more global Yajman, Gabi, ask yourself, why would Wontumi opt for 101.3? In Kumasi, and not interfere with FM or interfere Hello FM here. FM 101.1. Yes. After 101.1, they need 101.2 because almost per odd numbers. Yes. To 101.3, Wontumi show. You need 101.4, 101.5 Hello show. And on we all Christ station. Thank you. And what BM the Shabu and see a form and the Asase achieving it. Now read this. Kaimami, what's I? Wontumi Radio Movement TV start test on mission in Accra. Thank you. In the coming days. How was it saying? For say yes. Wontumi Radio, Wontumi TV start test on mission in Kumasi. Another no saying. Wontumi serving about 5 radio stations. Yeah. Oko Tamale Obi. Oko Babiani Obi. Western of Obi. Yes. And a Western region. Western region Obi. And Kumasi Obi. And Accra Obi. Over 5 radio stations, 2 TV stations. Like TV station, bro. Because our movement, or billionaires, or Western North, or Western Star, and a film so will be, or 5 TV stations. Thank you. 5 radio stations, 5 TV stations. Internet on say Agyapade document no. O ma kan how one. On the book check daddy, o de nya no kre. Ba asem si o twa bi didi ade anse. And this asem na on te ya na. On this asem na ekoso. Chabu. Internet on te say Paula don't watch ni kwamsi fa kan. And after some year, you might see a bino and a moy. They've been muted.
Elebentia.
A part of the Japan.
Thank you. Bosumi bia ye twa moka
2.5 billion.
Nipa ba ko bia 250,000 Ghana cedis just to do government's bidding. E wo mu ha.
Na na sa hu dia na sa dia omo de yo mo. Na sa dia omo so ada say a man for be a start omo so kan
Agyapade no.
Agyapade.
Yes.
Amada other generals omo so am say they also take on Kwame Sefa kan there.
Yes.
Mo so mo chichira omo so san.
Shabu. Me wie we am kan ba ko na fi ma sorry na me ko say Kwame Sefa kan versus Paul Adom Okyere in the future. It is undeniable fact that the two gentlemen have become an institutions in their respective rights, especially in their media circles.
Or say,
yes,
Kwame Sefa kan ne Paul Adom Okyere.
Yes,
na bra Okyehene.
Yes.
Or say aye no kra a chine bia ni wosem. E no pe nkofo a ka Ghana fo ti omo no mo gidi omo a e Kwame Sefa kan ne Paul Adom Okyere.
Thank you. Or say they are undoubtedly part of the pool of great brands that the party shall fall on as we move into the future. While Kwame Sefa kan appears relaxed and waiting for the right time, Paul seems apprehensive anytime Sefa kan's name is brought into the picture.
Or say, so can Sefa kan ko ya de bia se kokwasa so meten ho aye. Ba Paul Adom Okyere de, se kasa de ye kwa koyi, Kwame Sefa kan eka ho a, e mana nije onya hode be.
Or say, President, this appears to be groundswell for Kwame Sefa kan. Or say, the kitchen cabinet of Nana feels that while Paul is equally known, he has credibility issues to deal with, especially on the conundrum surrounding his withdrawal from the Ghana Law School.
Or say,
yes,
President Kufuor go pay Nana Paul Adom Okyere but bibi kakra of he say Paul Adom Okyere nke kan be kakra won ho.
Yes,
e say Ghana Law School no ko en feli ame yi na di. Enti ama Kufuor o me ya mo mpani pa mo no be so mo di ni deal ade a azike kan o na kyan dey akokan be kan o.
It is established fact. Say Paul Adom Okyere when Ghana Law School. He's not a lawyer.
Na say I say fa kan e man so dey for.
Me say established fact. When you law school, Agyapade3
or say okobi anye yi ofeli.
Or say in the next government, now will convince Sefa kan to chair the NCA or be part of the NPP.
Or say
yes.
Senana on the second term no. Or Sefa kan be kasa.
Yes.
Na Sefa kan e bia wa ba be board chairman e dey ma NCA and not be part of the MP.
Yes. And now come Sefa kan where then.
So your board member at is it NC or MP? Yeah.
Nana wante.
Nana wante.
And I can't want to one.
See, be another one. You can go through.
Was it? Ain't you make catch and say, Nana? When it comes to the technical aspects, you don't have it. All kind of what kind of sakeke. Once I walk here, then I won't tear. It is different from someone who understands ourselves. No.
Yeah.
And so, and then Kwame Sefa kan, he's a board member of the NPP. Yeah. They should come and tell me I'm lying. And then Kwame Sefa kan is part.
Na say A+ so be fan be man so be.
So we no kura.
So fan na hwe ofa.
Say so the integrity and credibility is at stake.
Sefa kan.
Hey. Omo ne draw to ni wi ne nsa ne ma samo tata no kura.
Is that the bottom line say? But adibi wa we at the time so cat we be exposure. Untimi.
Was it we believe that Paul is easily swayed by money.
Was say kan nipa ba ko.
Yes.
Ohun sika na so obodua or pa na chita fo a Paul Adom Okyere.
Hence, we cannot trust him for any sensitive position.
Say, already, what the sika man, the baby actually, and I saw the position man, the baby actually, who sika, no, time for the crowd.
And then what Paul Adom Okyere, sorry, you are defending the NPP 24/7. Or more this particular document is our credibility issues.
Almost say,
integrity is at stake.
Say, or you'll be on the board, be so.
Yes.
Not so who's a sika her, a baby actually could be for the videos.
And you know, Gabi has agreed with Nana to move Paul from the NCA to the NMC, which he could be supported to the chair. We believe that Paul, although may not be too excited about this prospect, he would gladly accept it as a compensation for the work he has been doing for us, especially on Metro TV's Good Evening Ghana.
Almost say, Nana don't team that Nasaka said. I Paul Adom Okyere there. Me and Fanny call in NCA. But I'm fan called NMC, yes. National Media Commission.
Yes.
Now Uncle Deputy Chair. Like I said, over here to know what you was now using the year you may percent me.
Shabu
Franco.
Was it the supersonic rise of Angel Broadcasting Network? Main kinds of woman. But Shabu a bar Mabe Muse. Kwaku Otin was sitting on a time bomb. Kwaku Otin, he was sitting on a time bomb. Nyamina didn't want for face a human oil and Shabu basically. Or that's on the number. And yes, and Castle Betono. Shabu, this is Francisca Otin must be aged from Parliament.
Yeah. Yeah, more no join free parliament.
Ah, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, more no join.
Shall be a catch or say anytime the president goes to radio talk questions he be about 95% of them on one call for a Saturday ba. Meboa on one call for. Sananantia on one casan war for shows and a ba. I could find be people say every data passes through his head. If you look at the 2020 elections, open baby ba almost to about party ma ku fuadwa e kwabere meboa onya almost 87,000 na na do so almost o ma kwan o nya mo akufuado say on to about man on for so sabra beto about family. And in this document one of royalists who read Didi Akufuado, they wanted them to come and take over because almost say agri akwa no ala nipa
why no ala nipa entina Akufuado say you never saw son e dey akwa akusi
no ni asem
ballot so from what time
me so me nyama sorry oh yeah NDC na say wutie mi a forget about going to court some call for say bia ya to abawi no bia wiem oh yes oh yeah NDC ni na and that's why make NDC for the bin team asena Franco ye dia ya boa ya won say masa me say some mo ho a shabu
if you are not prepared according to Franco prepare
what say the judiciary and governance in Ghana
and kwasi enye ye ba be extensively
what say considering the competitive nature of our works as politicians there is always a need to step ahead against our opponents to secure our interests dominance and maintain power in 2020 and in the next 20 years
what say I don't know here I heard it now the judicial and governance system of Ghana what say what share I can't say attending ne any quiet fast bubu man or mine mu na ye koye nimu no ne pese ye timi etena kunwa so 2020 2024 day nim o share quiet bit fast o mera kwan mu no ye bit atutu ne na see.
Our focus as a party has always been the position of our members and the sympathizers at strategic position in government and in the judiciary to cover and protect our interests.
What say? As a man you could thank you. The piano was say a nipo moto aba man nipo mu di achi no and I say hwe ye crack on.
Thank you.
Na abebe do say ye kan say ba bi di asem na atenten aso na ye hwe ne de nkofo bi de ekoho say ba ja achi say nya asem a omeduma ka bi aba
me the baby wie e de be wuram ba kai ha ya meka ma no e extremely dangerous sir Harry was danger extremely dangerous. We NDC don't joke with this kind of election. Why am I doing some of court? You are just wasting your time. Shall we pay this document? Or say this has served us well over the period. All the appointments made to the Supreme Court, all the appointments made to the Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, and some of the high courts in Ghana under our government was to promote the NPP agenda and to ensure that our country never falls in the hands of the opposition NDC.
Or say, a nipa Ghana mampe nadan kuva de bomu din. So monkoye atemuafo.
Yes.
Ewo o mana se nibia kese that is the high court, the appeal courts, and the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Ayen kofo bia omuye NPP for. Said ye beye na omano and some could di NDC for nsemu da because ye to aba ye wiam so Supreme Court amodoko ye di kan de e de na su ye be ko fete sram atoguba je something dissenting petition dismiss
me sora kwa be se me twam fonyi bi le kan NDC for
okay
election petition in 2012 what kind election petition in 2012 omo wie ye no e kwaya se 5443 what kind nipa e kire kufa be boni so me chief justice
no free
enim ye boy
am say chuman chuman be ja
go and read the rulings judges in the buy no the man was straight saying he say now can say we have to go for election this man the man was for the new patriotic party as I make catch unity and the drew hono the NPP rewarded him to become the chief justice as I make how NDC near tea shabuti you. Now, if you read this kind of documents, I must say, free parliament. Oh,
it was about a haircut. No haircut, something.
It was about Supreme Court.
Is it not a haircut? It's a cap, something. Yeah, the cap better to say.
Yes.
Yet to me, appointed judge for bro sa number bro 9 bro 10 and yen serious say what upon do something upon the ana o man penny e dey judges bidin bae ana abambabe e ma commentary say ye dey cap beto so ana you can say na you can say speak of palm ana odi kan ma commentary
thank you
ana say maka o say me MP say you say me MP Ghana
asem na fa dey ban
I charge you for your appointment here.
Thank you. So take this. Shabu, what's here Agyapade now? Per this document, the NPP knows their key people who are judges.
Yeah.
That's what I make catch on. Key people who are judges. They know how to make sure that they will occupy the High Court, the Appeals Court, and the Supreme Court. And only at the top hierarchy of Ghana. What you are
court case. Chief Justice.
Yes.
Akuva na appointed. A bus election petition or something that Selko Appeal Court. One never constitute panel.
Maybe I'm saying Kazao. And you know,
the end is for me in the polling station.
That's what I make a show. And Jammy say, Sadia, we are a costume. This Agyapade document. Now, I want to say Chief Justice Akokachi Akufo-Addo say they have to appoint some people into the judicial system.
Yeah. So he judge for
NPP and this Libya will tell me on the phone. No more High Court, Appeals Court, Supreme Court judges appointed by Akufo-Addo from 2017 basically 2024. I raise my case.
Franco the Tabeda I for Franco the Heta and alternate comedy at the Shaibula CC, Austin Bema, Niger Kamenechi, a sack kind video in the boom. Say, I don't do many excuse, you be share with another edition.